Subscribing to The Observer on YouTube couldn't be easier, and we're going to show you exactly how to do that. First, navigate to www.youtube.com/theobservernj. Once you get there, all you need to do is hit the subscribe button. Next to the subscribe button, click the down arrow and then all. And that's it. You're subscribed, and now anytime The Observer is live, you will be notified. Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you live from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 4th day of March in the year 2026. Sure hope you're enjoying your Wednesdays, no matter where it is you are in the country. Here in the Northeast, 48 degrees, but it still feels colder than that out there, doesn't it? Have you been out at all today? It just doesn't feel very nice at all. We are live today with a special edition of The Observer Live because there are two things that I was not able to get to yesterday. One is the State of the County address that Hudson County Executive Craig Guy delivered last week. And the other was something that came as somewhat of a surprise, but not so much a surprise, and that is that 3rd Ward Councilwoman Eileen Eckle has determined that she will retire at the end of this term over seeking re-election. And she made an announcement last night on social media, and she also did make the announcement to other media outlets, not us, which I completely understand. But I wanted to be able to show it to you, at least, so that you can get a feel of what's going on, because there is going to be, without question now, a new 3rd Ward member of the Kearney Town Council in 2027. Now, what I understand is there will be multiple candidates that are running for that seat. So even though Councilwoman Eckle is indeed on her own endorsing a candidate, I don't think that this person will be the only one who is running. But we'll get to that in a few minutes. But first, let me show you the video of Councilwoman Eileen Eckle announcing that she will not seek another term as a member of the Kearney governing body. Take a look.
Hello, Kearney. I'm Eileen Eckle, your 3rd Ward Councilwoman, and I have some news I would like to share with you. More than 20 years ago, I ran for 3rd Ward Council here in Kearney because I believed I presented a different perspective and one that could represent my community with a voice that echoed real concerns and practical solutions. Someone who had raised kids in Kearney, walked those streets, and had a real stake in what the town would become. I ran a tough campaign against an incumbent, and against all odds, I won. Many election cycles have come and gone, some contested, some unopposed. But through all of them, I've been humbled and grateful for the support and trust of the residents of the 3rd Ward and the guidance of colleagues and mentors. As with most things in life, balance is the key. Tough times are equalized by the golden moments, and in the past 20 years, there have been many of both. There are a few that stand out for me. Certainly, my long connection and relationship with the Kearney Fire Department is a source of great pride. Supporting the renovation and repairs that needed to happen to save the Davis Avenue Firehouse, which resulted in keeping that neighborhood firehouse open, was certainly one of those golden moments. A few years ago in 2020, after 16 years on this council, I made a decision, one that I shared with my family and close friends, that I would not seek re-election in the next term. With my husband recently retired, and my own plan to retire from teaching in 2022, it seemed like the right time. But those plans would change. 2 well-respected and seasoned council members, friends and colleagues, announced that they would not be running for re-election and would be retiring from public life. I thought carefully about what that meant for this council and for the residents who depend on it. Experience in this role matters. It's important to have council members who know how to get things done, how to hold the line where it matters, and how to stay connected to the people you serve. I felt strongly that the council needed continuity at that time and during that transition, and after talking it over with my husband and family, I decided to run one more time. I've always felt, and I suppose it is the teacher in me that feeds this inclination, that it is our responsibility to use our own experiences and knowledge to inform and support those who step into our shoes. I have learned and grown due to the guidance and perspectives shared by me and others who have donated their time and talents in this position. Certainly, former Mayor Al Santos had a great influence on my experience, but I also have served with those who have contributed to and helped build the platform from which we hope to maintain balance and integrity on this council. Some of those people were and are Alexa Arce, Albino Cardoso, John Giordano, Mike Landy, David Krusnis, Madeline Paco, Rich Kanapka, Peter Santana, Susan McCurry, Barbara Cifelli-Sherry, and Laura Cifelli-Pettigrew. I mention them because it is important to lean on the strength of the past to build a strong future. These leaders left a legacy that I have been proud to carry on, and now the time has come to pass that torch. After more than 20 years, I will not be seeking another term in office. What I know, after 2 decades in this seat, is that the residents of Kearney are best served by council members who bring real experience to the table, who operate independently and without an agenda beyond the people that they represent, and who are genuinely woven into this community and this way of life. Councilman George Zapata, Dennis Solano, and Stathis Theodoropoulos represent the next generation of policymakers and civic-minded leaders, the voice of the people, committed to open communication and a clear path to civic engagement. I am proud of them and their accomplishments, and relieved to know that Kearney will be in good hands. Joining them, and with my strong endorsement and support as your candidate for the seat I am vacating in the 3rd Ward, is Sarah Bonilla. Please look for her announcement soon. Until the end of my term, I will continue to work with and for the residents of Kearney, uphold my oath of office, represent you to the best of my ability, and promote policies that support healthy growth and quality of life. It has been the honor of my life to serve this community, and I'm grateful that you trusted me to do it.
So there it is, Eileen Eckle's announcement that she will not seek another term as a member of the Kearney Town Council in 2026. I've known Eileen for a long time. I remember back in the late 90s when she first ran for Kearney Board of Education. I believe she ran with Stephen Dill and Alan Dauphin the first time she ran for the Board of Education. And then she graduated to the Kearney Town Council, and I've always found her to be a very, very, very nice woman. She's done good work over the years, and I can certainly attest to what she mentioned about the Kearney firehouse on Davis Avenue needing a significant amount of work, and they were able to save that from what might have been a closure back then. So that is certainly, she mentioned it herself, one of the top accomplishments that she has on her resume over the last 22 years as a member of the governing body. So we wish Eileen very, very well and good days ahead as she finally gets to enjoy her retirement, a well-deserved retirement indeed. And she mentioned a candidate, Sarah Bonilla, who I have to admit, I don't know. I've never heard of her. I've never heard much about her, but I'm sure she will be a good candidate. But I know I can tell you this with 100% certainty, she won't be the only candidate running for the seat to replace Eileen. So when we find out who all the candidates are, of course, we're going to let you know who that is. But it will be very interesting because for many, many years, that 3rd Ward was represented by Eileen and Carol Jean Doyle. And now, coming next year, it will be 2 brand new people representing the 3rd Ward. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that race goes among all the races that you will see in the town of Kearney and in West Hudson, including the race for Hudson County Commissioner, which I think is going to be probably one of the more explosive races, but we'll get to that along the line. So congratulations to Councilwoman Eileen Eckle on her well-deserved retirement, and we wish you nothing but the very best in the future as you move on to greater and bigger pastures. Now, as I take a look on the screen, I see my dear friend Carol Manley is here with us this afternoon. Hello, Carol Manley. Good to see you. And also with us is the mayor of North Arlington, the Honorable Daniel H. Pronti. He is with us as well. Good to see you, Mayor. Hope everything is well in your world. And there are others who are watching and who are not in the chat room. Anybody who is here and watching, you know you are always extremely welcome here, and I am always grateful that when you could be doing so many other things, you spend the time here with us. Now, at the top, I had also mentioned that Hudson County Executive Craig Guy delivered a State of the County address last week, and I had a chance to watch it, and as he always seems to do, he comes across just like an everyday person, a regular guy, no pun intended, and he is just doing great things in Hudson County. So let me stop speaking, let his words speak for themselves. Here he is, County Executive Craig Guy in his annual State of the County address from last week. Take a look.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you for coming out. Hopefully, we've all found some parking, and thank you, Mayor Solomon, for the clean roads that we've had, to get here. As we all know, it's been a challenge for the past month. So thank you. Let me first start by thanking everybody that's assembled here today, especially my partners in elected office. It's been quite a month with these snowstorms, and I remain extremely proud of the work our crews have done, not only in the county, but in helping out each and every one of our municipalities. A big shout out to Director D'Alessandro, Director DiFilippo, and our road czar, Wally Wolf. So let's give them a big hand. And thank you, Sheriff, for helping us maintain those roads during the blizzard and moving forward. I want to thank our board chairman, Anthony Romano. Thank you, Anthony, for your support and under your leadership. There's always some push and pull between the chief executive and the legislative body. That is what makes our democracy work. But I'm proud of what we've accomplished over this past year. To our mayors that are here, Mayor Solomon, thank you for your partnership. Mayor Zitt, and I know we have several mayors that are on Zoom. Mayors, thank you for your continued partnership. Mayor Stack's team is on Zoom. I believe Mayor Stack is at his campaign headquarters. Today is filing deadline for the nonpartisan mayor's races in some certain towns, so the mayor is hard at work in his town. Thank you, and thank you, mayors, for putting service before everyone. And of course, thank you to Governor Sherrill and Lieutenant Governor Caldwell. I know our legislative team and our friends, Senator Nick Scuteri and Assemblyman Craig Coughlin, have been extremely helpful in the past and have pledged their support to be extremely helpful in the future moving forward and moving New Jersey forward, especially in Hudson County. Senator McCurgy, Assemblyman Balla, Assemblywoman Katie Brennan, Assemblyman Sampson, Walker, Assemblyman Weinstein, thank you for your presence. Jerry, thank you for your service, prior service on the Commissioner Board. And we have, we all have hard work to do, and I have two great partners here tonight. For my federal delegation, our federal delegation, our Congressman Robin Enders, thank you, and Congresswoman MacGyver, thank you for your partnership. I spoke to Senator Cory Booker a couple hours ago, who, along with Senator Kim, are doing their yeoman's work in D.C., and we know the challenges that every one of them face every day. Thank you, all the electives. Senator McCurgy, good to see you. Thank you for coming. We all have a hard job to do, and thank you, electeds, for on behalf of all our residents. I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize our county employees. Under the leadership of our amazing directors that are the most diverse in Hudson County, thank you for what you do day in and day out. You work You make Hudson County a better place to work, play, and raise a family for our residents. Thank you. During my first 2 years as county executive, we have made great efforts to provide services, create opportunities, and improve the quality of life for each Hudson County resident. No question, there's a lot more to do. Far too many residents are hurting, whether it's struggling to pay rent, purchasing groceries, or living in fear as the federal administration tramples our rights as Americans. Let's be honest, times are tough. But that does not mean we should back down. No. As a former Jersey City police officer and county executive, I've dedicated my entire life to public service. That means listening to residents. We hear you. We are doing everything we can do to improve everyone's everyday lives of more than the 700,000 people that call Hudson County home. I hear a lot from the folks about the serious need for affordable housing. My administration worked with the Hudson County Improvement Authority to provide over $52.5 million in financing for the Bayfront Affordable Housing Project in Jersey City, which we are so proud of. More to do, more to come. One of the first things I did coming into office was to create the Affordable Housing Task Force, led by my good friend Bill Matskoutas. With the help of this task force, I recently released an ambitious plan to develop substantial affordable housing on county-owned land and in 4 locations within Jersey City. I look forward to the collaboration with our Assembly delegation, Brennan and Bala, and Senator McCurgy for your help at the state. In fact, we are currently working with the City of Jersey City to create a new redevelopment plan for nearly 13 acres of surface parking lots in County Plaza to create a new, beautiful neighborhood with at least 200 homes for Hudson County families that can be called affordable. This is truly exciting. We will continue to push this initiative forward, and we are actively working with our partners in labor, Jersey City, and state government to make this project a reality. You know, after housing and affordability, we hear most about food insecurity. My administration has focused on food security since the start. And last March, we secured a $1.8 million federal grant to bring to a client choice food pantry to the Hoboken Community Center when then Mayor Bala, now Assemblyman Bala, was a partner. So that will serve Hoboken and North Hudson residents in need. Thank you, Mayor Bala / Assemblyman. In addition, I'm elated to report that this year, in 2026, we will break ground on a food pantry in the city of Bayonne that will bring good, wholesome food to the community, which is much in need as being in a food desert for so many years. We all may remember that the recent federal government shutdown threatened SNAP benefit cuts for more than 58,000 Hudson County residents. With these devastating cuts on the horizon, my administration brought together all our 12 municipalities to create a county-wide response to this crisis. From holding additional food distribution events to providing additional funding to non-profits that help feed the community, to delivering food to families in Hudson County housing assistance programs. We helped hundreds of families put food on the table at this time. I want to thank Director Toon, Director Prusco, Deputy Director Garcia in Northgrave, Director Mazur and Scott, and our Chief Executive Officer of the Hudson County Improvement Authority, Norman Guerra, for their huge assistance in our food assistance program. Of course, affordability is important, but every person needs a consistent income from a good career, which is why I've prioritized creating educational and career opportunities for Hudson County residents. This past October, we officially opened the new Hudson County Schools of Technology at Bayonne High School. This state-of-the-art facility hosts 400 students and offers career-focused programs in construction, criminal justice, electrical, plumbing, carpentry, and numerous other fields. I want to give a special thank you to the HCST Superintendent Tom Magnano, Bayonne Superintendent John Neese, our County Commissioner and Deputy Superintendent of Schools Kenny Kopaz for their efforts and for their partnership in making this school a reality. I also need to give a special recognition to the Hudson County building trades who are vital to developing this school's curriculum. Thank you. But no matter how many good opportunities we provide our students, our county must also focus on job opportunities and small business support. In 2025, Sharita Brown, the executive director of our Hudson County Workforce Development Board, and her staff secured $10 million to enhance localized training and employment services for adults, dislocated workers, youth, and welfare recipients. Thank you, Sharita, and your team. Keep up the good work. I want to give a little personal privilege shout out to my chief of staff, Jenny Davis, who was a champion from day one on restructuring that Workforce Development Board so we can get our additional fundings and more funding into Hudson County. Thank you, Jenny. Our small business community is the heartbeat of our economy. And from day one, my administration, we have worked with the Hudson County Economic Development Corporation to develop a strategy for business attraction, retention, and growth. I am proud that the owners of one of those businesses are here tonight that benefited from this hard work. Rachel and Angel Hidalgo from Bayonne's Double Batch Bakery, please stand up. Thank you for being a vital part of Hudson County business community, and thank you, Director Richardson, for your leadership. Thank you. Let me address some extremely concerning recent issues in Hudson County regarding ICE. From sending ICE agents into our county to canceling funding for the Hudson County Gateway Project, the Trump administration's actions are not acceptable. And I'm here to tell you that Hudson is fighting back. And with our partners, Congressman Menendez and Congresswoman MacGyver, I thank you for championing people's rights in this issue. It is not okay for the Trump administration to threaten Hudson County's economy, hurt our hardworking families, kill good-paying union jobs, deny vital infrastructure upgrades to our region. Nor is it okay for them to sow fear and create discord in our community with aggressive immigration enforcement tactics. I will always do what I can do within my government power to ensure our communities are protected. Last month, I signed an executive order banning federal immigration authorities from county-owned properties. And this month, I issued an executive order in conjunction with the Commissioner Board establishing the Safer Communities Committee. Thank you for your service. I want to recognize, in county government, any government, there are people behind the scenes that are passionate to their job. I want to recognize the work of our law department, particularly Deputy County Counsel Rihanna Garcia. Rihanna, oh, there you are. Rihanna is our in-house counsel, immigration expert, and her wealth of knowledge and sense of decency have helped guide me as we work together toward a better, fairer, more humane society. So thank you, Rihanna. And we will welcome another Garcia into the world at a fairly soon. Am I correct, Rihanna? Not soon enough? Thank you. Protecting our community from this awful, unprecedented federal overreach is a team effort. We are partnering with our municipalities, local law enforcement residents, our county sheriff, and advocates to ensure Hudson County is a safe, welcoming community for all who come here in peace, seeking a better life to live. You know, our commitment to a better life does not stop there. Our public safety, including efforts to make our streets safer for pedestrians, bikers, and motorists. We launched our Vision Zero action plan in early 2025, and we've been working to improve our safety infrastructure. Just some highlights includes the safety upgrades on County Road 508, which connects West Hudson to Jersey City. The bike lane that were put up on Riven Road in North Hudson. Approving funding for a bus rapid transit feasibility study on our county roads. And I look forward to the continued construction and bicycle lane on 14th Street Viaduct in Hoboken. And of course, I can't complete a speech about our county without mentioning our county parks and success of our open space, recreation, and historic preservation fund. In May, we celebrated the 20th anniversary of this fund. For over 20th anniversary, we've created over 20 parks, 42 additional recreation facilities, 14 spray parks, and preserved over 19 historic sites throughout all 12 municipalities in Hudson County. We've secured funding for the Nature Trail in Braddock Park, designated the Hudson River Greenway in Stephen Gregg Park, and broke new ground in the new pavilion in Mercer Park. I'm especially proud of the fact that the pavilion will be built by MDW Construction Service, a minority-owned contractor rooted right here in Hudson County. Thank you, Marquise Wilson, the owner of MW Construction. Thank you. And I thank Assemblyman Walker for championing those efforts. The Assemblyman and then Commissioner Walker was very patient in acquiring all the funds to get that project moving. So thank you, Jerry, for your partnership. When I look at Hudson County, I see a lot of potential. I see more potential. But I'm going to be honest with you, times are tough. And we will see tougher times ahead. But Hudson County is strong. You know, we have a reputation, you know, a good reputation. A good reputation. Right? Every one of these elected officers and these directors and county employees care about what they do every day. We serve the public. Hudson County is strong. Hudson County's greatest strength has always been and will always be its people and its remarkable diversity of our communities. From every culture, language, and tradition, we are woven together into something stronger than any one of us alone. This diversity is not something we simply acknowledge. It's what the community deserves. Thank you, and we are Hudson County strong. That's that.
And that indeed is that. That was Craig Guy, the Hudson County executive. I just want to say one thing about him. When he took over as county executive a little more than 2 years ago, nobody kind of knew what to expect. But when I tell you that he has done more in 2 years for West Hudson than any of the county executives who preceded him, I'm not kidding. He truly has. And if you are into crew and you look at the boathouse on Passaic Avenue, that's all because of him. And the things that he's done here, the services that people get because of him, multiple days a week. When the mayor originally approached him about it, she asked for a day or two, and he said he sends somebody here every day of the week. and that would not have been happening without him. And there are so many other things, including the safety over on Route 508, the sticks that are in the middle of the road now to protect drivers from crossing over multiple lanes. We could just go on and on here forever about what he's done. Oh, yeah, and then he certainly had a huge role, as Melanie points out, with the community center, because he spearheaded the town getting a community development block grant, a significant portion of money, which will pay for that. So even though most people have no clue what a county government does, I can tell you this. They do a lot of work, and he does a significant amount of work, and he has not forgotten that West Hudson exists. This is not to say that his predecessor or anybody before that completely ignored Kearney, but they kind of did. And it's always refreshing to know that Hudson County is not, West Hudson is not forgotten about by this county executive. He's been here more times in the last 2 years than I can even count anymore. And we're not just talking about political events. We're talking about community events where people see him here and he wants to be here. And that's why I say we are very, very fortunate to have him as our county executive right now. Now, yesterday, I also mentioned to you that I wanted to show you the St. Columkill United Gaelic Pipe Band piping in the honorees at the St. Patrick's Day dinner on Saturday. But for whatever reason, it wouldn't play. But I finally fixed that. And I know all of you love bagpiping, and this band has always been the top. Joe McGonigal and his band are just phenomenal. So to finish off today's broadcast, I want you to see them piping in the honorees to the parade, and then we will see you back here the next time. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. So without any further ado, to sign off today, here is the procession in at the United Irish Gala last week. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Please ask you to stand as we present this year's honorees.
Do you want me to go?
Okay, ready? And ready. Quick. Mark.